Once at the brink of extinction, but now the California condor population is rebounding.
That's right. Jeff Lasky with our sister station in San Diego has more on the comeback.
Whether it's at the San Diego Zoo or the safari park, the California condors are always a big draw for visitors. Now imagine what it's like seeing these majestic scavengers in the wild.
I just think it's amazing to see them flying over the ocean in Big Sur. It's probably like one of the most magical things I've ever seen.
Rachel Felton is one of the zoo scientists working to save the California condor. The birds nearly went extinct in the 1980s. There were just 22 of them left on the planet because lead and chemicals had poisoned their food sources. The zoo began breeding the condors to bring up their numbers. Then they started releasing them at sites in California, Arizona, and Mexico. Today, the team is thrilled to report that there are now more than 530 California condors, and more than half of them are roaming free. Many of them were hatched in the wild.
Birds are healthy, they're reproducing, and at some point that population is going to grow to where it's going to need to expand.
That's where the research from a new study will help. At least once a year, every wild condor is caught for a blood test. The conservation team takes those samples to the lab to look for dangerous contaminants. The research shows that the condors released along the California coast are still being impacted by lead and chemicals, especially DDT spilled decades ago. But the condors released in the mountains of Baja California in Mexico are much less contaminated, so the team is recommending more birds be released there. And they're even developing new techniques to help guide the wild condors to new places to expand their range.
It's called adaptive management, so it really helps you pinpoint and move the gauges of what you have to do to keep increasing the species and keeping the sights on the species recovery.
On these cameras, I was able to see several chicks recently hatched at the safari park. The hope is they'll all be released at some time next year. The program has been so successful that the research team can foresee a day when they're out of a job. And it's a day they're looking forward to.
Ideally, we wouldn't be working with condors anymore. They'd be self-sustaining and living on their own and wouldn't need human intervention to help keep them growing and moving forward.
At the safari park, Jeff Lasky, ABC 10 News.